Hi dear students, welcome back all of you to the physics online class. Today we will discuss the further velocity time graph which are related to the different position of the object. So in the previous classes we discussed about the velocity time graph when the velocity of an object was constant, and next if the object was moving with a uniform velocity and a uniform decrease in the velocity. In such a cases we discussed the velocity time graph, and it is very clear that velocity time graph means what? A graph in which velocity of an object is plotted against the time taken, such that the velocity is taken along the y-axis and the time is taken along the x-axis. Yes, and let us study the remaining next graph. When object is moving with positive acceleration, positive acceleration means what? It is increasing with the velocity. The velocity of the body is increasing with the time, means we can give that as a positive acceleration. So here the nature of the velocity time graph can be taken as, that is taken as like this way. Yes. So this gives me when an object is moving with a positive acceleration, the velocity time graph of that can be represented in this way. And the next one is, if it is moving with the negative acceleration, object is moving with negative acceleration. Yes, and during that how will be the nature of the VT graph? It is taken as velocity and the time here that comes in this way. Okay. So this is the VT graph when object is moving with a negative acceleration. And see dear students, in the previous video there is a small change. Actually, when an object is moving with a decreasing velocity, the position time graph can be given as, like this only we need to show. But yesterday's diagram, I hope a small change you need to do. I have shown like this. Kindly change that, it should come in this way. So this is a diagram for the position time graph for an object moving with the decrease or negative velocity. Am I clear? Yes. And moving to the next one, let us take if an object which is thrown vertically upward. So say this only, this is an object, when I throw vertically upward, as I told earlier, when an object is moving upward, what happens? Its velocity goes on decreases, isn't it? And at the highest point, remember dear students, at the highest point the velocity of the body or the particle is 0. Therefore at that point it becomes 0. Then if the same body returns back to the same initial point, then the velocity time graph can be given as, when object is thrown vertically upward, yes, that can be given as, the VT graph can be represented like this only. VT graph can be given like this format. Yes, and here also it may go, right. So this is a what the VT graph, when an object is thrown vertically, as I told, the velocity goes on increases and at the highest point it attains the 0 velocity. Yes, and the last graph related to here is when object started with the initial velocity and moves with uniform acceleration, then the graph can be plotted like this only. See, object is having already certain uniform, there is a initial velocity here and later it is moving with the uniform acceleration. Yes, that can be represented in this graph. And see, one more was there, where the object started at the rest only, by the rest, therefore it was moving with the uniform acceleration, means you can take like this. And see, dear student, first graph of the velocity time graph, where we have shown the graph nature like this, that is the constant velocity. So this is an example for zero acceleration also. If the question comes, plot the velocity time graph for the zero acceleration, no need to worry. This graph only indicate us the graph velocity time graph for the zero acceleration, because here we mentioned that the velocity of the body remains constant. If the velocity remains constant, the acceleration is taken as change in the velocity with respect to the time. If, see here, if the derivative of any quantity is 0, then we know that the velocity of that quantity remains the constant, isn't it? That quantity remains constant. So if there is a constant velocity, the derivative of that constant velocity gives me 0. So that is nothing but acceleration of the body is 0. I hope you understood. Yes, and these are the nature of the velocity time graph when the object is having different positions, right. Then let us discuss now why we need to study the velocity time graph. What are the importances or the significances of the velocity time graph? Here also you may get the question, mention or write any 2 or any 3 significances of velocity time graph or simply VT graph, right. Then see the significances or importance, right. The first was significance. What you are going to obtain here? We obtain here, the first one is instantaneous velocity. Here also the instantaneous velocity of an object can be obtained, right. And next we can obtain here the quantity called acceleration. It is used to obtain acceleration of an object, isn't it? And you can also give here one point that if object is moving with a uniform acceleration, then you know that again I take there is a slope, velocity versus the time graph, where earlier also I told slope means that is denoted by the tan theta. Then if I take the slope here, then that comes to tan theta, then it is nothing but AB divided by BC, right. And AB is related to what? Velocity component. BC is related to what? Time component. If the velocity changes with the time, which component is obtained? Acceleration of the body can be obtained. So this point tells that, what the graph tells here, the slope of the velocity time graph when it is moving with the uniform acceleration, that gives me the acceleration of the body. Yes, if the object is moving with the uniform, that is acceleration, the slope of the VT graph gives me the acceleration quantity. So that is also one point we discussed as the significance of the VT graph. Yes, and next one here, if the object is, if I consider this graph, and as you know that the object is moving with a constant velocity or zero acceleration. If I take a perpendicular, just draw a perpendicular line to the time axis, and here the area covered under this graph, what it gives me? Actually VT graph means here, for this graph I am considering, I am assuming there is one rectangle. What is the area of the rectangle? So you know that area under VT graph, that is equal to what I can give here. So area under VT graph is nothing but area of the rectangle here. Rectangle means what I am taking here, that is a length into breadth, that is my formula, isn't it? And length means what I consider here, velocity I will consider. Breadth means what I consider here, time I consider. If the velocity multiplied with the time, which quantity is obtained here? The displacement of the particle can be obtained here. See dear student, these 2 points are very important for your point of examination, might be for the theory 1 mark or for your competitive also. Yes, sometimes there may be a question, what does the slope give? What does the velocity time graph slope give? What does it give? It gives me an acceleration of the body, or you can say the instantaneous acceleration of the body can be obtained. Yes, and sometimes there may be a question, name the quantity which is obtained by the area covered under the VT graph. Remember, area covered under the VT graph gives which quantity? The displacement of the body at a given instant. Am I clear? Yes. So these are also the another 2-3 significances related to the velocity time graph. And one more very important significance is, remember dear students, by using this velocity time graph, we can derive the kinetic equations of the motion that are very important in understand the motion of an object, and to find initial velocity, final velocity, the time taken or the distance traveled or the acceleration attained by the body. If one or two quantities are given, with the help of them we can determine the values of the different quantities. Yes, everything is possible, and we can also find the nature of the motion of an object with the help of kinetic equations also. Therefore, the another important significance of the VT graph is, it is used to derive the kinetic equations of a motion when a body accelerated uniformly. If the body accelerating uniformly, we can calculate the the kinetic equations of the motion. ಅದನ್ನೇ ನೀವು ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಚಲನೆಯ ಸಮೀಕರಣಗಳು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಕಲ್ತು ಬಂದಿರಿ. ಆ ಸಮೀಕರಣಗಳನ್ನ ನಾವು ಡಿರೈವ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಪ್ಪ, ಹೆಂಗೆ ಪಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ವಿ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಎದಕ್ಕೆ ಸಂಬಂಧಪಟ್ಟದ್ರಿ? ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ ಟೈಮ್ ಗ್ರಾಫಿಗೆ ಸಂಬಂಧಪಟ್ಟದ್ದು. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಈ ಎರಡು ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಗಳು ಬಹಳ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಇರಬೇಕ್ರಿ. ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ ಟೈಮ್ ಗ್ರಾಫ್ ಸ್ಲೋಪ್ ದಿಂದ ಯಾವ ಕ್ವಾಂಟಿಟಿ ಸಿಗುತ್ತಾ? ಎಕ್ಸಲರೇಷನ್ ಸಿಗುತ್ತಾ. ಏರಿಯಾ ಕವರ್ಡ್ ಅಂಡರ್ ದ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ ಟೈಮ್ ಗ್ರಾಫ್ ದಿಂದ ನನಗೆ ಏನು ಸಿಗುತ್ತಾ? ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಬಾಡಿ ಸಿಗುತ್ತಾ. ಎಸ್, so I hope you understood clearly about the velocity time graph, its different nature and the significances. Okay, then we are stepping into the next very important 5 marks derivation, that is the kinetic equations of the motion using velocity time graph. And this is a very important, dear students. Remember, every year one fixed 5 marks question will come from this concept. ಈ ಒಂದೇನು ಚಲನೆ ಸಮೀಕರಣಗಳನ್ನು ಈಗ ಬಿಡಿಸ್ತೀನಿ ನೋಡ್ರಪ್ಪ, ಇದ್ರೊಳಗೆ 5 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ದು ಒಂದು ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ನಿಮಗೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಇದನ್ನು ಭಾಳ ಚಂದಂಗೆ ನೀವು ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಎಸ್, ರೈಟ್. ಸೊ ದೆನ್ ಲೆಟ್ ಅಸ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ದ ಡೆರಿವೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ kinetic equations. Kinetic equations of motion using VT graph. Compulsory, you have to use the VT graph only, right? And here mainly there are 3 kinetic equations. Okay, 3 kinetic equations. What are those? So first I will write that equations here. V is equal to V naught plus AT. Second one, X is equal to V naught T plus half AT square. Next, V square is equal to V naught square plus 2AX. Actually, I think up to your 10th you might be discussed the same equations like this. V equal to U plus AT and S is equal to UT plus half AT square and V square is equal to U square plus 2AS. Both are same only, dear students. Actually, a small changes we have done in a NCERT text, that is in place of the U, now we are using a V naught, that as a initial velocity of an object, and in place of the S that we are using now X, that is the displacement of an object. That much only the changes. Remaining all acceleration and the time period and the final velocity, everything is taken same only. Okay? Yes. Either you can write like this or you can write like this, but I prefer maximum go according to the equations of the NCERT only, that you can follow this. Right? Yes, dear students. We are starting the derivation and compulsorily here 1 mark is allotted for the diagram only. Compulsory. Yes. So if there is no diagram, remember you will not carry any mark. Though your expression remaining steps are correct, your final result is correct, but you won't get the mark because there is no diagram. Everything what derivation we are going to do, that everything is based on the diagram only. Therefore, you must practice the diagram here, that carries 1 mark and remaining 4 marks will be allotted for the different steps which are involved in the derivations. Okay? Yes. Then let me explain you the derivation. For that, the given diagram, first diagram I can show here, and related to this diagram only, we need to write the considerations. Okay. So this is the origin, I can say O, this is the A, this is the point B, and from B to here I take this is a point C, and from the A we need to take a perpendicular distance called at a point D. And you know that, so here the OC is a what? This is what we are taking now. Which graph we are using here? Velocity time graph will be used here. Yes. And that velocity time graph means along the y-axis which component is taken? Velocity is taken. Along the x component what quantity? Time axis or the time quantity will be taken, right? And see, dear students, OA is called as the initial velocity here. Therefore, OA means that much distance I am mentioning as a V naught, and OA will be equal to CD also. Wherever CD also comes, there you can substitute V naught. That means you can say it is the initial velocity. And one more you can see here, OC means a time you can consider. Same thing, OC is equivalent to AD. So wherever AD also coming, you can use the OC here. And see, the object started from the point A and it is ending at the point B. It is ending at the point B. Yes. Therefore, the distance BC I can take as a final velocity of an object, isn't it? See, OA is taken as the initial velocity and BC is taken as the final velocity. Then can you tell me what will be the BD here? You know the BC, you know the CD, then can you write a BD value? Of course, the BD is nothing but BC minus CD. Therefore, BD means you can write here V minus V naught. V minus V naught. I hope you understood the diagram, dear students. Yes, this is a very important for the 1 mark. And see, whenever you are drawing the diagram related to the nature, that might be a position time graph or the velocity time graph, compulsorily you have to mention the quantities. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ನೋಡ್ರಪ್ಪಿ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿಯನ್ನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬರಿ ಬದಲಿ ನೀವು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೆದ್ರಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಇದ್ರ ಮೀನಿಂಗನೇ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ y axis ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿದೆ ಟೈಮ್ ಮತ್ತೆ x axis ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿದೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ರಿಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟೇಷನ್ ಕಂಪಲ್ಸರಿ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಈ ಡಯಾಗ್ರಾಮ್ ತೆಗ್ದಿರಪ್ಪ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ರಿಲೇಟೆಡ್ ಬರೀಲೇಬೇಕು. ಬರೀಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೂ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಮೀನಿಂಗ್ಲೆಸ್. ಏನು ಹೇಳಿರಿ ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಲ್ಲ. ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅ ವಿ ನಾಟ್, ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅ ವಿ, ವಿ ಮೈನಸ್ ವಿ ನಾಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ವಾಟ್, ಆಲ್ ದ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ವಿ ನೀಡ್ ಟು understand here, isn't it? So here you have to, after drawing this diagram, you have to write the certain related points here. OA is equal to CD, that is equal to V naught, is the initial velocity, right? And similarly OC, this quantity OC is equal to AD, that is equal to T, that is the time, right? And you know that BC is equal to V, that is the final velocity of the body, that is final velocity. Okay, and next if you want to write the BD means that is equal to BC minus CD, so that is V minus V naught. I can call it as a change in velocity. It is a change in velocity. Yes, and what is the consideration for this? Consider an object is moving with the initial velocity V naught. Consider an object is moving with the initial velocity V naught. Yes, reaches a final velocity V in a time interval T with a uniform acceleration A. This much only you have to mention. So what it is, a very single and simple the statement for the consideration. Consider, let us take this is only the object. Consider this is an object with the initial velocity V naught, which reaches the final velocity. It is moving now, which reaches a final velocity V with a time interval, in a time interval T with a uniform acceleration A here. Am I clear? Yes. And see dear students, in order to understand this again, so let us consider, just I can say here there is a small angle theta, right? Then first we need to derive which equation? So we derive V is equal to V naught plus AT. This expression I want to bring. What the relation here? Final velocity, initial velocity, acceleration and the time, they are interconnected by this relation. Yes. How to get that? So first simple step is acceleration. By the definition of acceleration, yes, tell me dear students, what is acceleration? It is a change in the velocity with respect to the time, isn't it? Yes, I can write here acceleration is change in velocity with respect to the time. Then see dear students, acceleration is represented by a letter A here. Then this is equal to change in velocity means, shall I substitute there BD? BD upon here I write OC from the figure only, because see here BD is giving me the change in velocity, OC is giving the time taken. Therefore, A is equal to BD upon OC. BD means you know that V minus V naught, and OC means that is the time here. And keep the LHS here, RHS here only. This time is multiplied to the LHS, that comes 80, then it is equal to V minus V naught. Then take this minus V naught in this side and rearrange the terms. What I get here? V is equal to V naught plus 80. This is my very important first derivation, first equation of the motion. Is that clear? Very simple derivation it is. Yes. And first thing what? You have to take the definition of acceleration. Acceleration is equal to what? Change in a velocity with respect to the time. So, from the figure, if you want to mention change in a velocity, that is BD by OC. BD means what? V minus V naught by T. This T is multiplied here, that is 80 is equal to V minus V naught, right? And that V naught taken this side means it comes plus. So, after rearranging we get V equal to V naught plus 80. I hope you understood, dear students. Yes, or the same derivation, another method you can use. The other method to derive the same expression is from figure. I write here from figure triangle ADB I am considering, ADB. Here I define tan theta, that is a slope I take here. From the triangle ADB I take the slope here. Slope means what? As you know, it is a tan theta. Tan theta means here is the theta, then opposite. Tan theta means what? Opposite divided by, so adjacent you will write here, BD upon AD, and this is equal to BD upon AD means it is equivalent to what? OC here. Therefore, slope means that is a slope. Slope that is equal to, you just write a slope only. It is equal to what? That is BD means V minus V naught upon OC means the time. See, dear student, just now I told the slope of velocity time graph gives which quantity? Acceleration of the body. Therefore, acceleration A is equal to V minus V naught by T. Then again if you simplify, you will get the answer V equal to V naught plus 80. This is also another method to derive the expression V is equal to V naught T plus V equal to V naught plus 80. I hope you understood, where V is the final velocity, V naught is the initial velocity, and A is the acceleration and T is the time. Yes. Okay, dear students, remaining another two important expressions we derive in the next video. Yes, I hope you understood all the steps. You have to practice more on this expression, right? Okay, we will see in the next video. Thank you for watching.